What up, what up? This is Finance Fitness and Folk, channel we discuss finance, a little bit of fitness, talk about some folk. So today's episode I'm going to discuss why the world doesn't owe men understanding. So admin notes, thanks again to all the subscribe to the channel. I endeavor to keep putting you out, give you leverage, you better yourselves. So let's get into it. So why do I say that the world doesn't owe men understanding? So I'm going to go back a little bit, well, not very far, but I'm gonna go back to some of the posts that I posted over the last couple of months, right? In particular, one post that I made, I want to say, what was it? It might have been last Saturday. I can't remember exactly what day it was, but I know I did a day where I did two videos at the same time. Well, two videos in a day, and one of the videos was titled. Men that force their women to work. If you require your woman to work, it's not masculine, right? And I got a good amount of feedback from that, but a lot of the feedback that I got was negative, right? Because a lot of the men up there were saying that because of the economy and because of statistics and how just basically just how money is right now in America. It wasn't feasible for a nuclear family, meaning like a wife, a husband, and children, can afford for the wife not to work. Both need to work, right? And I'm not disputing that because facts are facts, and I'm definitely a person that goes off of statistics. I do look at things, I do research things, so I do understand what these folks were saying when they said that. But I guess they looked at it like me, looking down on men that cannot do this when they cannot have their own income to support the family, and they can allow their woman to not work, and they can just be a housewife and not worry about income coming into the family. And the only reason why I even made that video was because I was trying to encourage men to be that person that's able to be able to support their family with their own income. And I really believe that a lot of men on those comments from that video were making a lot of excuses. Because at the end of the day, shortcomings that you have as a man does not dispute the fact of what I was saying could be true in your scenario, meaning that if you don't allow your woman to be a housewife, take care of the children, and don't have to worry about income coming in, and you be the main breadwinner, that can cause some friction in the family. Now, every family is different, every relationship is different. So if what works for you, works for you. I've said it in plenty of videos before. Whatever I say on videos, if it doesn't apply to you, and it's contradictory to what your life is, and your dynamic is, then by all means keep doing that. I'm not trying to change anybody's lives here. I'm speaking on generalities like I always say, and I'm trying to make sure that I put men in the best position possible when it comes to them being able to provide and to be in the best position for their families. And being a person that is forcing, I don't want to say really forced, but basically, like I said, requiring your woman to have to work, because if she doesn't work, then it's going to be an issue with you guys being able to pay bills, you guys being able to do certain things in life when it comes to how your dynamic is as far as the family and for his kids. It can cause some serious issues. There was a person that was on, they commented on that video, a female, that said that, and I'm paraphrasing, she said something to the effect that a lot of women will feel resentment towards their husband if their husband is allowing them and pretty much requiring them to work while they're pregnant, because they look at it as them not being safe, them not being secure. And I even said that in one of the, I think in a certain part of the video, and I think I said in the comments when I responded to somebody, like when your wife becomes pregnant, that's going to be a huge problem for her to have to still work, because she should be the one nurturing the child that's about to be born, and then even after the child is born. And a lot of men looked at it as when I was saying these things, it's me simping. I understand what you guys are coming from. I really don't. Somebody please explain to me in the comments how do you equate me paying all the bills as simping towards my wife? Somebody please explain that to me. Please do. I say again, somebody please type in the comment section of this video and explain to me why am I simping? Because I'm the main breadwinner in the house and I don't require my wife to work. Please explain to me why that's simping. I don't understand. Like I thought this is what men's supposed to do. That's what I thought, you know. And like I said before, plenty of times, I didn't have a male role model when I was growing up. I didn't have a father when I was growing up. This is all trial and error. This is all me putting myself in the best position possible, right? And you know, I can understand where these men are coming from when it comes to them, you know, saying certain things about the reason why that's not feasible for a lot of men in America to do these things. But once again, the world doesn't owe men understanding. So even I can understand where you're coming from. That's not to say that I'm going to stop making videos to push men forward. And if that requires me to I guess to strike a nerve with some of these men, then so be it. Because I'm not for excuses. Men cannot use excuses to come up short in certain things in life. Nobody cares about that. Your wife and your woman don't care about your excuses. They don't. The world doesn't care about it, and your woman doesn't care about it at all. All they require of you is results. And if you can't produce that, then you need to to push yourself forward to be able to produce results eventually, right? I think if you have a good woman, as long as your woman can see that you're actually making a conscious effort to make yourself better, especially when it comes to the financial space, then a good woman is going to stay there. They're going to understand that, look, my man is doing the best he can and he's pushing forward. So I totally agree with that. You know what I'm saying? But if you're in a position to where you're just sitting back and you're just saying, hey, look, you know what? Hey, this 50-50 thing is working out. It's fine. I don't got to worry about 100% of the bills. I can just go ahead and just let my wife take the other 50% and we're good. I'm never going to advocate that. I'm just telling you right there right now. I'm never going to advocate that. I'm just not. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't it doesn't equate to long-term security for your wife. It just doesn't. You have to be in a constant position to better yourself and to educate yourself and to put yourself in the best position possible, regardless of whatever sacrifice that you have and whatever sacrifice that you need to make in life. You need to do that. I'm gonna say something now that may relate to this video to a certain degree, but it's real. This is factual what I'm about to say. So I know this guy that's here in DC, right? I've been in DC now about a year working. I made a lot of contacts. I've met a lot of people. And I met this one gentleman. He's actually just like I am. And he's Afghani. He's from Afghanistan. I'm pretty sure that folks my age remember seeing the fiasco that happened back in August of 21 when we pulled out of Afghanistan for good and ended the war on terrorism to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? We basically ended the official war on ground as far as the American military fighting over there in Afghanistan. We pulled everybody out, right? And there was plenty of videos that were shown of Afghanis trying to jump on these planes that they were taking off. And unfortunately, and it was a horrific scene. I ain't even gonna front. Like I saw videos, I think that particular day and even a couple of days later, where some of the Afghanis that had grabbed onto the planes, like the wheels and the actual the wing of the plane. These folks, after the plane got to a certain altitude, they started falling to the ground. Right? It was horrible because they did not want to stay there because they knew what was going to happen once they stayed there. Right? I know a guy, real talk, that was on one of those planes leaving Afghanistan. He wasn't on the wing. He was actually sitting inside of a plane leaving Afghanistan. Left his whole family to better himself and make sure that he put himself in the best position possible. Right? The world doesn't owe me understanding. You know what I'm saying? This guy is younger than me too. He's like in his 20s, right? And he took a leap of faith and he left his country that he knew was going to change to better himself. Right now, I promise you, he's probably making more than what most of these folks on this video are making right now. He's making more than probably what the median average household is making right now. And he's not American. He's only been here for about 3 years. That happened in August of 21. That's how long he's been here, right? So, you know, I may make another video to address some of the things that folks have said in the comments when it comes to like me pushing videos out there to better folks, and you know, not necessarily trying to trick them in, but to get a certain perspective on things. And one of the things I want to convey on this video is you know, when you relay certain things back to me on comments, when it comes to you challenging what I'm saying on video, I have no issue with that. You know what I'm saying? There's no beef here. There's no like, you know, I have no dog in the fight when it comes to me beefing with my subscribers and folks that comment on videos. I'm cool with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I welcome constructive criticism when it comes to my videos. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to, you know, shoot back and try to like make somebody feel bad, anything like that. You know, that's not me. What I will say is that I will address my interpretation of what you're saying, and if it's contradictory to what you're saying, then that's fine. You know, we can have a cordial dialogue when it comes to that. But I think some of the videos that I've made recently, these folks have really pushed back and said that like I'm simping and I'm degrading men, for lack of better words, when it comes to certain videos I make. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's your interpretation. That's really boils down to. I'm going to keep making videos to push content out to better men, right? And if it triggers you, then so be it, because the world doesn't owe men understanding. We don't care about your excuses. We care about results. Let's get results. Let's stop making excuses for a lot of things that are shortcomings in our lives. If I made excuses for everything that happened in my life, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I try to convey to a lot of men out there that watch these videos. You can address what's happening and what real time is, for like what things that may be holding you back. That's fine. Address it, understand what it is, and then pivot around that obstacle. That's what we did in the military. You know what I'm saying? If we saw something that was in our way, we took the path of least resistance. I'm gonna say that again. When we ran into an obstacle, we took the path of least resistance, meaning that we moved around the obstacle. If we couldn't go through it, we went around it. So go around your problems. Pivot around your problems. Pivot around the inflation. Pivot around only making $40,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? Figure out a way to, you know, to get around that. And one of the best ways to do that, real talk, is create an LLC and start a business. Because you can scale your money in a business versus you actually being limited to a salary that's going to cap at a certain amount. So if you're saying, if folks are saying that the median money that folks are making is between like 40 to 60,000, that means they're in a job that caps at that particular amount right there. So you can stick at that job, but create a business, right? And then scale that, and then eventually your income potential is unlimited, right? Let's pivot around obstacles. Let's not make them excuses, all right? So if you want me to discuss a topic that is beneficial to the channel or is beneficial to you, email me at findingfitnessfolk@gmail.com. My email address is in the description below. Finding Fitness and Folk, Triple F, I'm gone.